With its bold announcements and construction site footage, NEOM has attained global attention, with everyone waiting for another update from the project. So today, I will tell you how much of NEOM is actually built, how much progress has been made, how much of it can actually be completed, and why are many experts saying that the line will collapse and NEOM will fail terribly. Let's see what answers we have to these questions. But first things first. NEOM is not a city as many of us might have thought. It's a region with various parts. Like, what is the line? Take your average metropolis and stack it into a 170-kilometer vertical city which can be traveled end-to-end in 20 minutes. 500 meters tall, 200 meters wide. This is the line, and this is how it's going. What is Oxyon? Take robotics, AI, machine learning, and other technology with a focus on efficiency, sustainability, and renewability, and merge all this together into the world's first ever floating city to make the new global industrial hub. This is the Oxyon, and this is how the signs of life are appearing there. What is Troa? Impossible architecture, vertical villages, glass hospitals, and winter ski resorts right in the middle of an Arabian desert. This is the Troa, and this is how the construction is going there. What is Syala? Located in the Red Sea and giving new meaning to luxury and style, potentially the biggest tourist attraction in the world. This is the Syala, and this is how that site looks right now. All these sites together make up NEOM. The new future, as its name indicates, neo from the Latin for new and M for the Arabic word mustaqbil, which means future in English. Envisioned by the Crown Prince of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, it is not a city, but a place, and will be made up of a number of regions, as I mentioned previously. Look here with me at the map. Let's see. Right here. This futuristic project aims to establish an immense megacity between the Red Sea, Jordan, and the Gulf of Aqaba in an area as immense in size as a country like Belgium to house 9 million people. NEOM is the prototype for a better future as envisioned by Mohammed bin Salman, who has personally vowed to make the Middle East the next Europe.
إن أوروبا الجديدة هي الشرق الأوسط.
And no opposition is allowed against this vision outlined by Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince MBS. In April 2020, a man from a Saudi tribe named Abdul Rahim al-Huwaidi refused to evacuate his home in Tabuk to make way for NEOM and began posting dissenting videos online. After some days, he was allegedly by Saudi security forces, just as he had predicted in his videos. But what would MBS do if people outright refused to even live in NEOM? Well, that's a question for later. First, let's explore how much of NEOM is actually built so far. Information about NEOM is strictly guarded by the Saudi government, but with the eyes of the world watching, the mounting pressure has swayed them into releasing updates on the project bit by bit. With 3,000 service employees and 60,000 construction workers on the site, we can safely say something is definitely cooking there. What exactly? Let's find out. The line. Let's start with the most controversial project of the NEOM, the virtual city, the line. Look here. These are two newly established worker towns, NEOM Community 1 and 2, with community schools, public services, sports facilities, and even a Starbucks. These camps and structures that you are watching on your screen are home to people who are currently working on the line. These people will build the vertical city of 9 million inhabitants over 170 kilometers long. Right now, the team is busy digging and planning, and if you look from above, you can see the path where the city will be. The important infrastructure needed to complete the project has already been erected and is said to be 20% complete. They're setting up strong pillars along the way to hold up the massive building that will reach almost 500 meters high. They're also putting in all the necessary things for construction, like power poles, and companies from 97 countries around the world are working together to make this ambitious project a reality. But experts are suspicious if the line will be a success. In fact, many say it will fail miserably. Why? Well, the line, which will be 2 parallel skyscrapers with the city's singular street in between and will provide residents all the amenities of life within a 5-minute distance, is a bad idea. Complexity Science Hub says that even if NEOM residents were evenly distributed, the average distance between 2 random people would be 35 miles due to its linear shape. Now imagine them to be friends, family, or colleagues. How are all the meetups going to happen? Through the 80 proposed train stations of the linear city? Well, the residents would still have to face the commutes of over 60 minutes. Not really something we can call quality of life, can we? Though NEOM says it will just be 20 minutes. Solution? Make the city into a circle. With this design, the city will have a radius of 2 miles, meaning that most people could reach 24% of the population within 1.2 miles. This short distance can easily be covered by walking or cycling. No cars, no emissions. Anyway, this is all debatable, so let's keep it moving with some of the other construction updates for the NEOM. Next we have Syala. Among all NEOM projects, Syala probably got the most muted reaction from the public, but it's definitely gaining some attention now thanks to all the updates coming. Things are definitely happening at the construction sites. Satellite images show a little town popping up on the outskirts of the island. They're in a bit of a hurry because they plan to open a complex of 3 luxury hotels and a marina this year. Check out the videos, and you'll see construction is in full swing, with container ships bringing in all the materials needed. Many people doubt that the place will be in full swing this year, but Marriott, a huge hotel group, has partnered with NEOM and is pretty sure the place will be ready to open soon. Aside from that, Syala has leveled up its game with an 86-berth marina, luxury services, and 3 hotels. Look here. The signs of life in Syala are clearly visible. A lush green golf course with its vibrant grass stands in stark contrast with its surroundings, sand and concrete in the middle of the island. A clear indication that the fancy island will soon be open for the tourists to visit. But this much construction cannot be happening without hazardous side effects, which shatters the promise of NEOM being eco-friendly. But we will discuss this point later in the video. Right now, let's move to a NEOM project that has shaken the world and merged the boundaries of sci-fi and the real world. Yes, I'm talking about Epicon. When I first read about this thing, it absolutely blew me away. The futuristic Epicon resort with 2 magnificent glass towers rising from NEOM's desert landscape in the Gulf of Aqaba. The glistening mirage will feature 2 striking towers. One will reach a height of 225 meters, while the other, designed by Leonard Milford, an iconic architect, will soar to 275 meters. The promotional video looks like nothing short of a scene from a science fiction movie and shows the towers emerging seamlessly out of nowhere in the midst of the desert. The structures are said to have the residents on the beach next to them, along with heliport, hotel, and luxury stores, all meeting the highest quality standards. Out of all the ambitious projects of NEOM, I'm looking forward to this one the most. But if you ask most people what their favorite is, it's Lara. This, a tourism site that will be home to 3 luxury hotels. The promotional video shows these futuristic buildings near the Gulf of Aqaba, right in a beautiful valley. There will be a total of 120 rooms spread across these 3 hotels. The Oasis Hotel is designed by Mario Cucinella, the Adventure Hotel by Chris Van Doyne, and the Wellness Hotel by Sean Killa. All these talented people are known for their incredibly futuristic ideas. For example, Mario Cucinella's Luigi Rovati Foundation Museum in Milan, the Hangzhou Prism of Chris Van Doyen in China, and Sean Killa's design of Dubai's famous Museum of the Future. All these buildings speak to one thing: ingenious architecture. Now imagine these masterminds working on Lara. The promoters say that they'll keep 95% of the natural environment intact for eco-friendly tourism. But let's be real. Even though the computer images may make it look perfect, it's tough to believe that building these magnificent structures won't mess with the site, and we will have to wait for the construction to begin to know for sure. Troa, the mountains of the NEOM. Constructing them will be a hard nut to crack, as many nearby mountains must be flattened before kicking off construction. So, just like other parts of NEOM, right now the primary focus of the team is on excavation work. The teaser videos have easily shown all these fancy buildings with flattering promises of pollution-free construction. But map data tells us that nothing has started being built yet. The clock is ticking though, as Troa is set to host the Asian Winter Games in 2029. With no work so far, only words, big plans and no action, along with a ticking countdown, developers just keep announcing new things. The latest buzz is about a 330-meter skyscraper as tall as the Eiffel Tower, planned to grace the site by the edge of a massive artificial lake, the main attraction of the winter resort. Designed by the renowned architect Zaha Hadid, the building looks stunning. But as with the rest of the site, whether it becomes a reality remains to be seen. However, we cannot say the same about the Oxyon. Oxyon. Over here, in the floating industrial hub of NEOM, the construction hustle is going strong. They're putting together a floating city of around 7 kilometers, the biggest floating structure in the world that's meant to be the bustling port and industrial hub of NEOM. The official word is that the first terminal is set to open its doors in 2025, marking a key gateway to the Red Sea, a crucial route for international trade. But that's not all. There's big news about kicking off the world's largest hydrogen plant in 2026, with a hefty price tag of $8.4 billion. The first batch of wind turbines, teamed up with solar panels, arrived in late 2023 to power up the plant. Now here's the cool part. Oxyon isn't just about industry. It's also going to have a residential and tourist area, featuring a massive city on stilts. The catch? Well, it looks like the work on this part of Oxyon hasn't quite kicked off yet. Another catch? Many think it might never get completed, especially within the given timeline of 2025. Whether it opens or not, the project has left its mark on the world's face. Just like these failed demolitions caught on camera, each of which left quite a pile of rubble on the demolition sites. Click to take a look.